Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, Chief Options Strategist at TGO, and really glad we got some SDS on yesterday. We put on what I call a trudge. It's a trade that can also serve as a hedge, right, in case the market pulls back. And we saw one of our famous Wizisms today. Guess what? Dow was up, 200, 300 points earlier this morning. Now it's down 70. So the market was up. The VIX was up. Something is up. Write that down. Let me say it slower for you Army guys out there. Market up, VIX up, something is up. What's the something that is up? The something that is up is that this market has come back far too fast, far too soon, and we're going to pull back. I predicted this as we went through this 50-day moving average with some airspeed. I said that's the algos buy-in, folks. They automatically kick in. Now the humans are getting involved and saying sell. I said yesterday we're going to head back to this 50-day moving average, and if we don't hold it with some conviction, we're heading back down to at least probably 2,600, and then if we don't hold that with some airspeed or conviction, we're heading back down to the December low. So remember that, folks. You got to look at all the canaries in the coal mine. You got to look at everything in your trading cockpit. And one of them was the VIX was up early this morning as this market was rallying higher on essentially low volume, man. So we got a hedge on yesterday using SDS. That's the ProShares Ultra Short, so we put that on yesterday, and SDS is up 1.5%. I think this trade's up to $450 from when we placed it yesterday. So here's what we're going to do. Since it might be a little confusing to some of you all out there, I'm going to open up the doors to our Analyze Your Trade and weekly debrief session tomorrow. That's Thursday, January 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern for free. Matter of fact, not only is it for free, you're going to make nearly $100 in bonuses just for signing up. We'll give you a copy of our 7-step trade plan that's valued at $55, and also our OPCL, our options pocket checklist. You're going to get those as soon as you register. All you need to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief. This ain't a long, this is going to be a brief. I'm going to tell you what you need to know and what you can potentially be doing to profit as this market faces some uncertainty here. That is not, this is called a bear trap, folks. This is, I predicted as we went up here, this ain't going to last, and I'm going to be right. We're going to head back lower here. So like I said, head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief. Keep your eye on the trade war, folks, and you're going to miss the bigger picture. Remember, governments and the deep state, or whoever you want to say, want you focusing on the wrong thing. It's kind of like those teenagers, right? You should have focused on what wasn't being shown, and eventually what wasn't being shown came to light. You ended up seeing the full picture. So as everybody focuses on the trade war, I'm going to keep briefing my members on what the real issue is. Chinese military units are training with ASAT missiles, anti-satellite missiles. They have a space force right now, folks. Those who control space will win the next war, period. China is ready to go. They've already pushed their borders 600 miles into the Pacific Ocean. They said they're taking back Taiwan, and if we get involved, they're going to sink a couple of our aircraft carriers. This is the deal, folks. It ain't about trade. And how is anything that they agree to do going to be verifiable? Yeah, you're right. We're going to stop stealing all of your intellectual property. They're not going to do that. And what if they don't stop doing that? What are we going to do? Shake our finger and say stop? Or I'll say stop again. Not a ton of good news out there, folks. Over the weekend, the IMF, Christine Lagarde, all the beautiful people over there in Davos. Isn't it great that all the beautiful people, all the limousine liberals fly into Davos on all their private jets, and then they talk about climate change? They tell you how you should ride on the bus to work or drive a Prius, but nobody carpooled to get to Davos. A bunch of hypocrites. Anyway. The IMF lowered their 2019 global forecast. They are forecasting a global slowdown. I briefed you on this, folks, and I briefed my members on our FIROC, our 2019 acronym here, right? The Fed, impeachment, recession, oil, and China. There is a global slowdown here, and it is turning into a train wreck here. China's annual economic growth rate is the slowest since when? I was a junior in college. That's the last time China was trying to be a global superpower, saw growth this anemic. So again, it's funny that people keep saying, they're going to blink and they're really suffering under this. What are these three people going to do? pick up the phone and call their congressman and bitch about how bad their economy is, or how bad or hard, they're working harder for less wages, or they got fired from their job? Is that what we're going to do? They're going to complain to somebody? Come on, man. Use your brain. They'll end up in a gulag somewhere. That's not going to happen. China is in this for the longer haul. They ain't in it for the short term because they don't even think Donald Trump's going to make it to the end of the year. So really interesting what's going on. White House this morning, the chief the Council of Economic Advisors, Chair Kevin Hassett, said what? Hey, we're probably going to see zero Q1 growth due to the shutdown, but then a humongous Q2. Here we go. He's even copying Trump's words. Folks, we are going to see a significant impact now as this government shutdown just kind of wanes and goes on here. We're starting to actually see some cracks in moderate Democrats. There's a lot of moderate Democrats that have kind of folded. They've sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi. They get it, man. The moderate Democrats who come from moderate districts whose constituents are saying, hey, man, why do you care more about illegal immigrants than you do us? That narrative, even though the liberal media is doing mental and physical gymnastics to trying to get you to believe otherwise, normal Americans get it. They don't want an open border. They don't want to end up like France or Germany. They get it. And the president, God bless him, is sticking to his guns. So zero growth in Q1. When you hear the Council of Economic Advisors chair say that from the White House lawn, is that a market you're going to buy? No, it's not. Anyway, that was the answer. So stocks are giving up early gains as dollar jumps. And I already briefed you on this. The volatility index jumped. Okay, so here we go, man. Risky assets are starting to move in tandem, stoking fears that there's more vol ahead. I briefed all my members on this, folks. What did I say? We are sitting in a case of backwardation right now, right? Backwardation means people are paying a hell of a lot more for insurance against the market pullback short term than they are long term. That's backwards, right? Usually, people pay a hell of a lot more money for insurance further dated. That just makes sense. There's more uncertainty farther out in time. Right now, they're not. That's backwards, and it's called backwardation. Again, I'm going to teach all this stuff, folks. Quick reminder, head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief. This ain't rocket surgery, folks. I ain't no I'm a political science major and a knuckle-dragging fighter pilot from New Jersey, full of toxic masculinity. And I'll brief you how to look at all these instruments and how to potentially trade it, because this is kind of easy to see here, everything that's going on. Once I teach you how to look at this, you'll see the matrix, like Neo in the Matrix. Investors go from over-optimistic to sort of pessimistic. Yeah, and investors have been doing what in Q4? Putting money under the mattress. I'm going to tell you again, this was a FOMO rally, fear of missing out rally by little old lady in tennis shoes and retail investors. This was not institutional buying. Trust me, I know it wasn't institutional buying because I talked to those people. Oh, by the way, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Home sales crash in December, and Nomura stocks will begin their recorrection. Watch out below 2,600. I briefed you on all this stuff, folks. Good news out of Amazon. Amazon's pitch to Woo shippers. They got fewer fees than FedEx and UPS. I told you about this 2.5-3 years ago. Amazon Air. They leased 5 aircraft about 2.5-3 years ago, and I warned you about this, folks. This is one of the reasons I'm very bullish on Amazon. They're going to replace FedEx and UPS and the U.S. Postal Service. Donald Trump was hammering Jeff Bezos hard for using the Postal Service and the blah, I'm coming after you. What did I predict Jeff Bezos would do? Build his own. And I was right. That's exactly what's going on. So anyway, folks, a lot of stuff going on. You got to be very, very careful right here, man. Remember, markets go down a hell of a lot faster than they go up. And this is the market don't like hanging on a ledge here. It's either going to power higher or head lower. And I really don't think in the past, 10 minutes, I briefed you on too much bullish stuff out there. Mixed, well, earnings have been good, Wiz. No, they haven't. They've been mixed. The banks, most of the blue blood Wall Street banks got what? They went higher on rising interest rates. Well, the Fed more or less blinked, and they ain't going to be raising interest rates anytime soon. And we're in the middle of a massive trade war. We have a debt ceiling debate coming up that's going to be an absolute shit show in a clown car. We're still in the middle of a government shutdown. A lot of bad things going on out there, folks. You have got to be hedged. And we looked at, like I said, we looked at a trade yesterday in our primary live trade brief, a trudge on SDS going higher. And I think that thing's looking good here. So, all right, folks, I got to run. We have accelerated retirement at 30 minutes and 1 o'clock. Everybody else can join us tomorrow in our Analyze Your Trade and weekly debrief. We're going to debrief what we did this week and where I think we're heading. Okay, so head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief and grab your seat right now. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock today. All of you who aren't TGO members yet, I will see you at 1 o'clock tomorrow. God bless. We'll see you.